All right, guys, so in chapter 4, we're talking a lot about solving systems of equations. So in 4.1c, we talked about systems by graphing. Our goal in chapter 4 is to determine what our solution is, or where my two equations meet. Where my two equations meet, that's called a solution. That is a solution. Okay, and we list that solution or that answer as x comma y as an ordered pair. So this last section, all right, we graphed equations in slope-intercept form. All right, so now we have two equations that we need to graph. So I start at -3. All right, I'm going up 1 over 1, 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 because my slope is 1. Down 1 to the left 1, down 1 to the left 1. For this chapter, it's going to be important. We make like 5 to 7 ordered pairs or spots on my line. All right. Number 2, when y is 2, we know all day, every day, no matter what, my y value is going to be 2. So 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. That means my y values go across like this. So where do my lines meet? Looks like they meet right here at 5, 2. So my solution, not -5, sorry, +5, 2. Now I need to check and verify. What that means is this is my x, this is my y. I need to take these equations over on the left and plug those numbers in. So instead of y equals 2x minus 3, it's going to be 2 was my y equals 5 minus 3. Is 2 equal to 2? Yes. Okay, for the second equation, they said y is 2. Is 2 equal to 2? Yes. So my solution is 5, 2. Let's try the second one. If we have y equals -2/3 x plus 3, I have a y-intercept at 3. I'm going down 2 over 3, down 2 over 3. The opposite of going down 2 and over 3 is going up 2 to the left 3, up 2 to the left 3. I'm going to go ahead and get my straight edge. All right, connect my spots. Here's my line. And now I need to do this other equation. The second equation says 2x minus 5. So I'm going to start at -5 on my y-intercept, go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. I see where my lines intersect. Ooh, that's a bad example. But that's at 3, 1. Let's check. All right, so if I plug that into the second equation, is y equal to 2x minus 5? Well, I get 1 equals 2 times 3 minus 5. Right? Did I get that right? 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so y equals 1 equals 2 times 3. Yep, 1 equals 6 minus 5. Is 1 equal to 1? Yes, so I know it works. All right, for number 3, we've put the second equation in slope-intercept form. So up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Down 1 to the left 2, down 1 to the left 2. All right, the second equation, I'm going to add 6x to both sides, put it in slope-intercept form. So I get 3y equals 6x minus 18. Divide both sides by 3, and I get y equals 2x minus 6. Start at -6 on my y-intercept. I go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. You're going to notice now that, yeah, it's important that I have more spots on my line because sometimes you're not going to find the answer right away. So 4, 2 is the solution. Plug it into the equation. I'm going to do the first equation. Is 2 equal to 4 times 1/2? Well, 1/2 of 4 is 2. Is 2 equal to 2? Yes. All right. I'm going to have you guys go ahead and do numbers 4, 5, and 6 for homework. You don't have to do number 7, but I'm going to hop in here down below for substitution. So substitution, you're not always going to have graphs, right? So one way we can solve this is something called substitution. So your first goal is to isolate a variable. All right, so go ahead and write isolate a variable. Your second goal after you isolate a variable is to plug in to other equation. And then your third goal is to solve for x and y. So here I have a variable by itself. Y is equal to 3x. I'm going to plug this into the other equation for y. So if I know y equals 3x, then I can plug this guy in for y. So I get x plus 3x equals negative 32 because I plugged in 3x for y. So now I have 4x equals negative 32. I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and I get x equals negative 8. Well, up above, you guys remembered that there are solutions with two variables. So now I'm going to take this x and plug it back into the equation. When I plug x in here, I get negative 8 times 3. Well, y equals negative 24. All right, so as an ordered pair, I'll get negative 8, negative 24. That's where my lines would intersect. Okay, now let's take a look at number 2. My variable is already isolated. I have y equals this. So I'm going to take what y equals and plug it into the second equation for y. So instead of saying y equals 3x plus 10, I'm going to say 9x minus 2 equals 3x plus 10. Let's solve. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So I get 9x equals 3x plus 12. Subtract my 3x on both sides. I get 6x equals 12, so x is 2. So what I'm trying to do is play 007 to figure out, hey, where on my graphs would my x and y meet, right? What ordered pair do my two lines meet? I'm going to plug it in up here. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 minus 2 is 16. So I get y equals 16. Ordered pair, 2, 16. All right. 3. Y is already isolated. Doesn't always have to be y. You can isolate x as well, which we'll work on. Okay, so I'm going to plug that in right here for my y. So when I do that, I get 5x plus 6. We're not just saying negative x plus 4. We're going to multiply by negative x plus 4 because we need to leave that 6 in there. Equals 13. I get 5x minus 6x plus 24 equals 13. I get negative 1x plus 24 is 13. I'm going to subtract 24 on both sides. I'm going to get negative 11. So I get negative 1x equals negative 11. Divide both sides by negative 1. I get x is 11. Now I need to solve for y. I'm going to go plug it in up here. I have y equals negative x, so it'll be negative 11 plus 4. So y has to equal 7. Negative 7, sorry. My ordered pair for where these lines will intersect is at 11, negative 7. Substitution, isolating a variable, plugging it in. So looking at this one, I have a variable isolated, I have y isolated. So I'm going to put a box around what y is equal to and draw my arrow into the problem up above for where I'm going to substitute it in. I get negative 3x plus 4, where y was is going to be 3x minus 5 equals 7. Distribute, I get negative 3x plus 12x minus 20 equals 7. Combine my like terms, I get 9x minus 20 equals 7. I get 9x equals 27, so x is 3. Plug back in for y. I'm going to plug it back in up here. Y was 3 times x minus 5, so y now is going to be 3 times 3 minus 5. I get 9 minus 5, which is 4. Ordered pair, 3, 4. All right, number 5, I don't have an isolated variable. So for me, I'm going to try and get something by itself. It looks like y might be easy to get by itself in this equation. So I'm going to simply do y equals, if I add 2x both sides, I get 2x minus 3. So now I'm going to take this and plug it in to the second equation for y. So I get negative 6x plus 4 times 2x minus 3, okay, equals 4. I get negative 6x plus 8x minus 12 equals 4. Combine your like terms, we get 2x minus 12 equals 4. I'm going to add 12 to both sides, and I get 2x equals 16, so x is 8. Plug back into one of my equations. I'm going to plug it in right here. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 minus 3 is 13. So y is 13. My ordered pair is 8, 13. All right. We're going to skip number 6 for now, and 7, all of this we're going to skip as well. I want you guys to try these though. So I'm going to do number 1 with you. Number 1, they want you to graph. All right, so when I graph this, we have y equals negative 3x. I know it goes through the origin, down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2. The opposite of going down 3 is going up 3 to the left 2, up 3 to the left 2. Get my straight edge. All right, my other equation, I get 2y equals negative 3x minus 4. Divide both sides by 2, so I get y equals negative 3 halves x minus 2. Y-intercept at negative 2, down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2. You're going to notice that they have parallel lines, which we learned in chapter, or the last section, 4.1, that means that they are parallel, they have no solution. They'll never touch, never meet. Okay, so I want you guys to try graphing number 2, but then what I also want you to do is plug in for substitution and solve through substitution. So to do that, you're just drawing an arrow around where you're plugging your y in. So I get y equals 2 times x plus 1 minus 4. I get y equals 2x plus 2 minus 4. I get y equals 2x minus 2. I did something wrong here. Let me figure this out. Oh, I plugged it in for x instead of y. My bad. This needs to go in for y, not for x, because that's what y equals. So I get x plus 1 equals 2x minus 4. There we go. I'm going to subtract 2x on both sides. So I get negative 1x. If I subtract 1 on both sides, I get negative 5. So I know x is 5. Plug back in for y. So I get y equals, x was 5, 5 plus 1, y has to equal 6. Go ahead and try graphing that now and see where your lines meet. All right, I'm going to have you guys do 3. I'm going to have you guys try number 4 and 5 for homework tonight. All right. We will be working on substitution the rest of the week, so take this slow, and we will make sure that we are good to go by the end of the week on substitution.